Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results.
So stressful. And the world's on fire. Good God. I can't look at this, guys. Like, my strategy is you buy it and you hope that you got a good spot. Yeah, but we all think you're crazy. You don't fight this. No way. The markets are freaking out and you don't think that anything is wrong? Come back tomorrow and I'll lose it all. Should be fun.
Well, you may be thought, hey, Southeast shadow bought by Google. He had the bigger earthquake stream. You're never going to get more people than that. He has peaked. Well, actually, let's look. Let's look. First things first. Let's look. YouTube. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Hey. Probably we're not going to show us live. Nope. Can't see us live. Still shadow banned. That's unfortunate. But we can see our other streams, so that's cool. But anyways. But guess what? It's all good because we have the new microphone. Huh? Isn't that a great looking microphone? I think so. Well, I shouldn't yap too much because we got stuff going on. Holy crap. Okay, so I am seeing here on Twitter, Federal Reserve announces extensive new measures to support the economy. Full text. Let's read. Excuse me. The Federal Reserve's role is guided by its, let's bring it over here. Guided by its mandate from Congress to promote maximum employment and stable prices, along with its responsibilities to promote the stability of the financial system. In support of these goals, the Federal Reserve is using its full range of authorities to provide powerful support for the flow of credit to the American families and businesses. This includes support for critical market functioning. The Federal Open Market Committee will purchase Treasury securities and agency mortgage-backed securities in the amounts needed to support the smooth market functioning and effective transmission of the monetary policy to broader financial conditions and the economy. You buy the 10-year. Okay. FOMC had previously announced it would purchase at least $500 billion of Treasury securities and at least $200 billion of mortgage-backed securities. In addition, the FOMC will include purchases of agency commercially mortgage-backed securities in its agency mortgage-backed security purchases, supporting the flow of credit to employers, consumers, and businesses by establishing new programs that, taken together, will provide up to $300 billion in new financing. Wow! Establish of two facilities to support credit to large employers. The primary corporate market credit facility for new bond and loan. Yeah, like, I don't think we should touch it, but you got to buy that 10-year, man. Look at that. Woo. Like right there. Maybe. Establishment of a third facility, the term asset-backed securities loan facility, to support the flow of credit to consumers and businesses, facilitating the flow of credit to municipalities by expanding the money market mutual fund liquidity facility to include a wider range of securities, facilitating the flow of credit to municipalities by expanding the commercial paper funding facility. In addition to the steps above, the Federal Reserve expects to announce soon the establishment of a Main Street business lending program to support lending to eligible small and medium-sized businesses. Ugh. My trade went down. It's okay. We can hold that. It's fine. This is fine. Fire burning around me. All right. The BMCC will allow companies to access credit so that they are better able to maintain business operations and capacity during the period of dislocations related to the pandemic. This facility is open to investment-grade companies and will provide bridge financing of 4 years. Borrowers may elect to defer interest and principal payments during this first 6 months of the loan, extendable at the Federal Reserve's discretion, in order to have additional cash on hand that can be used to pay employees and suppliers. Federal Reserve will finance a special purpose vehicle to make loans from the PMCCF to companies. More information about these different facilities. Okay. Wow. By the way, how are you guys today? How are you? We'll pop this back over here. Justin Carroll, Goldman slashes S&P 500 forecast from 2450 to 2000, still sees year ending at 3000. All right, well, if Goldman says it, then it's probably going to go. Lucas could not find stream. They finally released stimulus, right? I read Seth complaining about Pelosi. I thought she boycotted. Yep, that's right.
Jerry is awake says good morning.
Good morning. By the way, we fixed the text-to-speech. Thanks in large part to some great viewers like you. So, yes, let's talk about the Senate bill. By the way, do I sound okay? You guys can hear me okay? I'm loud enough? We could turn it up a little bit if we need to make it hotter, but I think this should be okay. You might need to adjust your YouTube volume, but we should be good.
Winston's mom says good morning. And how was everyone's weekend? Ready for today?
I am ready.
Jerry is awake says yes.
This market be cray. Oy. Oi. Hold on. So let's manage this sim trade. Okay. So, the Senate has been working on a bill with Secretary Mnuchin all week. It has been a bipartisan bill. They were working with senators on both sides of the aisle. The Republicans had made significant concessions to make something that would work. And then Nancy Pelosi came in at the last second and said, nope, we're not doing that. Won't pass in the House. And all of the senators said, okay, then we're going to vote against it. And passage failed. 47-47, because 3 Republican senators are under quarantine. Ridiculous. It is actually really quite ridiculous. I cannot believe that Nancy Pelosi would come in 11th hour like that and say, no, we're not going to do it. Not only that, but oh man. So the like some of her demands are like $10,000 loan forgiveness for everybody. Like, regardless of your opinion on loan forgiveness for student loans, you gotta admit that's a non-starter, right? So like, is she serious? You know what? I want to make this just a tad higher. Is that okay? Just a tad. Just like that. There we go.
Eric says YouTube making your videos hard to find this morning.
Yeah, it appears that I'm still shadow banned from live search. Unfortunately.
Winston's mom says it appears that everyone who creates content has this issue. I think the analytics on YouTube are favoring the larger creators and messing with the smaller channels somehow.
Well, what is happening is that the algorithms are coming in and flagging content. And unless you are one of the special creators like Mr. What is his name? Who's that political guy? He's got the beanie. Man, I should remember his Timothy. Our good friend Timothy. He's not our friend. He doesn't even know we exist. But Timothy, I do like him. I don't watch his channel, but I think he's a good guy. He has been Tim Pool. Tim Pool has the special YouTube trusts him flag, so when that stuff happens to him, it ignores it. So yeah, kind of sucks. Okay, so right away I'm noticing here. Okay, yeah, no, it started the new candle correctly. It's just that where the candle starts and ends is difficult to tell because, I haven't gotten into that. Okay, I am being super ADHD. I apologize. Focus.
Justin Carroll says, is today the day the robots take over the market and there are no humans?
Maybe.
Justin Carroll says, I heard something like that.
There ain't no retail traders trading this. Those are sim orders, folks. I keep looking at the microphone and I'm like, let's make it look perfect in this shot. I think it looks lovely. Doesn't it look lovely? The grill down the side. Beautiful. Yeah, Nancy, I got to tell you what, guys. You be involved from the process at the beginning. Don't come in at the last second and guys say, no, this wasn't unworkable. Unworkable. Won't pass. Sorry, guys. Insane. And of course, the market just completely tanks, right? So they just got a big boost from the Federal Reserve, but look, E-mini careening down there. Pretty bad. Anyways, market's going to flip out. Here's the thing. I really would like to see a bill that's bipartisan. I feel like last crisis that they came in and they said, oh, we need to do something now. And so they didn't get the best bill. They didn't get the best bill. And I think that we could have done some things that wouldn't have put the taxpayer on the hook and could have, given us more leverage over the companies and things like that. But you don't come in and enact your will at the 11th hour. Holy crap, Nancy. It's absolutely reckless. And I've said it a million times. You want to stop what's wrong with Washington? Look at getting rid of Nancy Pelosi first.
Lucas says there's no way to follow S action without a chart, lol. Lucas says just with the DOM I don't even know where it's going. Jerry is awake says I thought Trump's speech went well.
Did he give another speech? I don't know. You know what? I need to change my thing. So I made something cool. If you can see on the bottom right, I've created candlesticks that expand. But there's problems with it because it expands and then you can't see the wick anymore. So I think that we're going to have to change it. But you know what? Well, the E-mini's not limit down yet. I mean, I don't know where you take it. I kind of feel like, though, that, okay, well, there's a decent amount of upside. No. This here. Yeah, already wrong. Wrong spot. I do kind of think we could go back down to the 5% limit, though. And want it. Because the actions the Federal Reserve are creating are great, but not even close to enough. Without the Senate bill, we are screwed. We're screwed with that Senate bill, I think. Okay, so here's a spot. Trying to push up. You can kind of see range developed. It is now pushing both sides of it. Somebody come in and trying to smash it up. Somebody smashes it down and it just falls apart. Wow. Interesting. What the heck just happened? I went for lunch 40 minutes ago and the Dow was at 18,500 and now I see it went to almost 20K. Yeah, Kevin. Hey, how are you, by the way? I haven't seen you chat all week. Wait, let's just read.
Kevin Wimmer says what the fuck just happened? Went for lunch 40 minutes ago and the Dow was at 18,500. And now I see it went to almost 20K.
Well, the Federal Reserve announced more emergency actions. Is basically what happened, from what I can tell. Let's check Twitter, see if anything else is coming through. Treasury Secretary Mnuchin want all small businesses to keep employees and take government loans. Oh, great. Loans for everybody. You get a loan and you get a loan. What are we going to do with the national debt, guys? You realize what's really happening here, right? We are putting it on the credit card. The government's putting it on the credit card. The government gets a good interest rate, so it's not as bad as your credit card. But it's still on there. You still pay for it sooner or later. Double plus on good, folks. Wait, what? What? Am I just reading this on the Hill? Democrats block McConnell from holding Monday morning vote on coronavirus bill. So when they failed last night, they set up a vote to have it again this morning. Democrats are now blocking it. Senate Minority Leader Charles Schumer blocked Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's attempt to set up a Monday morning vote on the stimulus package, effectively delaying the vote until the afternoon. McConnell had vowed earlier Sunday that he would force a second procedural vote related to the stimulus at 9:45 a.m. That would be 7:45 Eastern time. Or no. That would be 7:45 my time. So in about an hour. 15 minutes after the markets open. But when McConnell tried to lock in that time frame, Schumer objected, denying the GOP leader the consent he needed to enact his plan. Wow. The Democrats just want
Janice
the indexes to
JJJ
crash.
says, when do you think government will step in properly and bring the markets up? Jerry is awake says, but loan is a killer for business.
Yeah. It's not good. Okay, we got a tweet about this.
Justin Carroll says, yeah, September 29, 2008, Congress couldn't pass bailout bill. That day ended -9% on S&P, then big crash in the week after. On September 29, 2008, the House voted to reject the $700 billion bailout bill.
That's right. When they were playing games. And I mean, remember, the index knows how to play the game. Until the bill is passed, they will throw the biggest fit you've ever seen.
Lucas says, why wouldn't they want indexes to crash, especially when Trump has been boasting how good indexes were thanks to his GVMT?
Right?
Daniel Guillemot says, good morning.
It is really, I mean, yeah, but here's the thing. Media doesn't appear to be holding water for them this time. Hey, that was a good up. That was a good up push. I don't know. I don't know if it will hold, but that was a pretty good up push. Gave us a little ding, but we're still actually down on this 10-minute time period. So that actually kind of looks like somebody coming in. So can you see on my little bar? It gives you the wick, but I want to go and change it, but man, the Treasury not cooperating either. Wants to come back more apparently. Donald Trump had a presser. That was a while ago. Donald Trump just retweeted it. Okay. Well, thank you guys. Even though YouTube is has us shadow banned from search, we're still getting y'all made it still. So
Lucas
thank you
says,
so
how are
much.
you doing in the S with your new secret formula?
Well, that was not the secret formula for starters, and I would have to say that I'm not too happy with this particular trade. But it's been going okay actually. In fact, I think I've only had a few days where I was negative. So I'd say it's working out. In this environment though, you still just need too big of a bankroll.
Lucas says,
Makes
no, I
me
mean in
comfortable.
general. Justin
Yeah,
Carroll says,
I've
what do you
been
think of
doing
the
okay.
proposal for the Fed to control the entire yield curve like during World War II?
Ugh. Well, I haven't heard that, but I is the yield curve really a problem right now? I don't know. We want it. We do want to keep it uninverted, but I don't know. The thing is that the Federal Reserve can only do so much right now. The problem appears to be that we have a dysfunctional Congress. I don't know any other way to put it. I try to avoid getting a little like too
Justin Carroll says,
opinionated
I
on
guess
it,
it would
but
provide a lot more liquidity to treasuries.
yeah, and I mean they're already buying a lot, so I'm surprised. I mean, so treasuries are doing this like 50% retrace and then go move back up things. So I think I got in too early, but I do think that eventually they're going to push up. So I think you'll probably get some really crazy strong pushes. In fact, you see, like my little candle wick is going to disappear soon. Seems like it works really, really well if you have a small enough chart. But when you're getting this disjointed, it doesn't work. You need You just need to have another chart open. We can still make it blue. I mean, it still helps because I can see that this 10-minute candle is blue. And I can see where it flips. So that's nice. 24 is not too far away.
Winston's mom says, keep an eye on Iceland. Justin Carroll, if they fall, you will know we are right back in 2008 on September 29th and we might have to blame you for the time traveling, lol.
Well, so here's the question, because the reason that the procedural vote failed was because the Republicans are down 3 people that have self-quarantined. So they're being punished essentially for doing the right thing. When does McConnell acquiesce and allow remote voting? I don't know. Okay, so they were coming very close to a flip there, and they're trying to fight it. Okay. Interesting. Buyer tried to support it there at 23.28. Popped back up. Seller said, "Oh no, we're not done yet." Tried to smack it back down. I don't. It's he's trying. I don't think he's getting it at the moment. It's awfully tight, to be honest. Yeah. Some stops. moving very easily in this 23-34 area. Who's Iceland Justin Carroll? I've never heard that name before. Hmm.
Winston's mom says Trump was rather sarcastic when told that Romney has tested positive. Mitt R is a man who is in his 70s with a wife with something medical going on. Bill is a lot of money with no oversight.
Man, wouldn't that be if he died from that? That would be like the most. What is the word? The writers are really outdoing themselves if they kill off Mitt Romney this season. Like, these writers are really crazy if not even Mitt Romney has plot armor. I'm not trying to be. Let's not be like insensitive about being people dying, but like, man, I can't think of a crazier way for that whole saga to end than by Mitt Romney dying to coronavirus. My goodness. But probably all of those people will get really good care, so I'm sure Mitt will be just fine. Okay, so now we're heading below. Interestingly enough, no ding. Oh, actually, we did get a ding at some point. It was earlier. It's actually, I mean, there are points in which it really moves, but overall, it's not so bad, actually.
Kevin Wimmer says, by the way, why are you even taking sim trades if you don't manage them properly? I mean, you should manage them like live ones. Trading sim to learn is fine, but only if you follow rules. Don't want to sound. Kevin Wimmer says to harsh though. Just my view.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say that I manage them improperly. I'm within the rules that I want to be in for this kind of a trade. Um, but you got to keep in mind for the E-mini, I'm trying to swing it. Or sorry, let me restart. For the treasury trade, I'm trying to swing that. That's why I was willing to go down and then get back in because I'm so confident that it's going to go. I'm willing to risk $1,000 on it. Okay. In the E-mini, that one, something fell over there. That one, I'm gonna try and dump it around 100 if it stays up there too much. So those are kind of the rules. Fair. We want to risk 1,000, make 2,000 on our treasury trade. But you're right, it's not like my regular scalping, and when I go live, it could not take trades like this. Don't think that the kind of trades that I want to take, you just flat out can't take in this action. Anyways, so.
Kevin Wimmer says, okay, I remembered your daily loss limit being around 300 to 500 range, which is usually your 3 losses rule,
You're
and just saw
totally
your
right.
position.
Totally
Justin
right.
Carroll says, how much would a SPY leap put have made during this month if you had bought it 6 months ago, expiration June 2020, strike 200?
Oh man, I
Like
have
a
no
ballpark
clue.
estimate?
I've never looked at options like those. Okay, so this bar is going red and we're getting pretty good downside so far. Pretty good. It's going down. There's still going to be some pretty heavy defense around 23, 24. That's where they're gunning for. The treasuries are bidding back up, though.
Justin Carroll says I guess a SPY put would have been the best crash protection this month?
Oh, for sure. Well, I mean, those guys in SPY puts have been making serious bank lately. Black swan protection.
Justin Carroll says black swan protection.
So that's a long ding. It's still negative.
Gary Rich says hindsight is 2020. If I were gay, I'd be an awesome drag queen. Good Monday morning.
Yeah. Right. It's just well, I could have said, hey, you just go short. And you know what? I tried shorting a lot during all of that action, but ultimately I still burned out the scalping way. Options could have just bought puts and held it. Maybe it would have. Maybe it would have been, $100,000 now if I was playing options, but didn't do that. And let's admit that I've been optimistic. I'm still optimistic, to be honest. I still think that we come out of this, that the recovery when this is all over could be amazing. Assuming that Congress doesn't get in the way. I'm still positive. I still believe that there's a little bit of too much panic around certain things.
Winston's mom says good Monday morning to you, Gary Rich, and are you ready to go boutique shopping? I know just the place to buy your red high heels in size manly. Grab
There
your
you
purse,
go.
I'm
Oh
ready.
man, she's all ready to help you out if you really want to go into that drag thing, Gary. No, but I did not
Gary
see
Rich
the
says the put
hospitalization
premium is
rate.
very expensive and time decay.
Yeah, you're right. There was a point at which though. Well, but I mean the thing is that you get so much movement in a day. You got to know when to get out and everything, but you can definitely make money doing it. At least I've seen many people on Wall Street Bets posting pictures of puts that they did, and they made a lot. So if you're not holding till expiration, but no, I have to be honest. There was a really big critical piece of information that I think I didn't heed properly, and that wasn't really very well communicated to us, anyways. And that was that the hospitalization rate for this virus is a much higher than normal. And if you get treatment, you're fine. But if you don't get treatment, then you pretty much you're dead. All right, I think that this one I gotta ditch. Yeah. So that whole thing is just that was where I was wrong, and I did not realize that hey, we're because I thought people were when I was saying people are way overreacting. That was like everybody was saying we're all gonna die. But then it's like you look at the numbers and everything else, like, hey, this is just not justified. It's just not justified. But the hospitalization rate requiring everything to shut down was definitely not something that I foresaw and that I ignored the risk of. So I was not straight up going short because I was thinking, hey, this is around for a month or two, and then we move on like past pandemics. So I didn't see it as an opportunity to just like go outright short. I was thinking, and I guess still am thinking, oh well, at some point you buy this, and I would rather play the recovery. Time will tell if that's the right strategy or not. Mm-mm.
Winston's mom says 13 watching to see what will happen today. Will everyone please take a quick second to hit like? Thanks.
It looks like that they're determined to stop me out. Yep. Okay, well, that one sucks. Good on the nose. I really thought that was a good long. Well, they're retracing the whole thing, so if they come back, we'll see. Maybe we can take another one later. Right now, though, I'd say that the behavior in the E-mini is pretty positive. Oh, and also, the ZBE actually is lower now than before that Federal Reserve news release. So, I think that my overall trade must be wrong. Uh,
Gary Rich says the issue for now and past 3 weeks is the velocity of these moves in every instrument. Frequency matters,
Yeah.
speed matters, but velocity kills. Winston's mom says healthy people who have the virus report they have real trouble breathing. I think maybe everyone should have something to help with this. A neti pot or inhalers nebulizers if you use them at TH ready. Justin Carroll says seriously I thought this was a silly panic until March 12th. On March 6th I didn't take it seriously at all, but since March 12th I've been like, oh shit, face with tears of joy.
Well, and it didn't help that we were having market, behaving interestingly, let's say, since January, right? We were totally onto this that it was affecting markets from the very beginning, and then the market shrugged it off, and we're starting to go higher for somebody that reads the tape, that really reeled you in, right? It really reeled me in. I thought that they were just done with it. They were just done with it, but apparently not. Well, I tell you what, they went out and they got me, and they came back pretty hard.
Jonathan Fain says Steve Mnuchin just talked about how they are working on a 100-year bond.
Well, you know what? I would love to see 100-year bonds. I would really love to trade 100-year bond futures.
Winston's mom says Tesla said energy, frequency and vibrations are the key to understanding the universe. Pet sounds are good vibrations and people once thought ferrets cured whooping cough. Ferrets may be the cure.
Okay. It's like they should hit that easily. Hmm. I'm noticing that whenever that the 10-minute comes along, that there's somebody there trying to support it. For the moment, trying to support it. Oops. I feel a little different today. Maybe I just didn't sleep enough, but I feel heavy. I feel kind of heavy, and maybe the market action is just weighing down on me.
Luis Alarid says Senator sold. February 3rd, how did they know?
I
Uzi
don't think they
Knesset says
did.
yay $93.64 a tick LMAO.
I think that this story has been overhyped in the media because the main senator that they were really complaining about claims that his investment advisors made those decisions and that he had no input in them. But even then, I don't think that they knew. Well, let me rephrase. What is it that you think was in that report that we didn't know at the time? You know what I mean? I think that the information was probably pretty close to what we already knew, and it was just presented in a way, and they were smart enough to know what was going to happen. Because I mean, that report was reported in the media, and it sounded negative. Like, man, really, man. So that one I think was a really solid short, but it's just it didn't go at all. Wow. Like that little drop looked like really good, but then I realized, but look at where we were. Look at where we were and look at where we are, and it's not enough. Sorry.
Winston's mom says Luis Alarid, Burr and the others including maybe Dianne Feinstein sold these stocks, and I consider this just wrong after they tried to tell everyone this too would pass. Wrong in my books. Justin Carroll says Japan is consider 50-year bonds and had 100-year mortgages. Winston's mom says today is the last day of the waning moon. Tomorrow is a full moon. A micro moon. Gary Rich says Seth sounds like he has post-pregnancy pains. I feel heavy, fat, lethargic, tired. Lol.
I don't know why. I kind of feel like falling asleep right now, man.
Winston's mom says Gary Rich, so your new rap star name will be post-pregnancy fat letharg Rich.
Lethargich. What? They don't like me. Dang. There is slight uptrend here. I don't know.
Uzi Knesset says ZB value target at 76.12.
It was kind of interesting how far back the treasuries came and then they pushed down lower, wasn't it?
Winston's mom says fur shizzle, Gary Rich but don't wear fur when you go out in drag.
That is not a
Justin
vibe.
Carroll says there should be term limits in Congress so these old skeletons don't stay in there till they die. Gary Rich
Well,
says I'm not buying any of
everybody
these
thinks
rallies,
that.
they are crap. Until the data changes I will remain a bear. Winston's mom says unless it is faux fur, of course.
Well, I think the question is, when are they going to give us a short? Fine. Right there. Ooh, this one is I might be able to size up on. Yeah. Okay. Very good. That's not quite right. Oh, no, we're okay. All right. Hmm. Still giving the fight, huh?
Justin Carroll says what concerns me about this crash is we haven't had any rally lasting more than a day.
It's unusually negative price action,
Winston's mom says Justin, Senate in Latin literally means old man. Our founding fathers were rather elitist and thought along Plato's Republic's lines. They worried that the common folk in the House WOU not be educated. Gary Rich says I'm not saying these markets can't snap back 5% but it's not over. Too many factors that keep me fading these rallies.
Well, are you guys saying that just because we had a little bump because of the Federal Reserve that the market's going to end positive today? I mean, I can almost guarantee you that on the open that the sellers are going to come out and are going to head right for that 7% short. They're going to want it. Damn it. Hmm. Struggling for air now. I guess I'm okay with not having the full size on, but I could do it right there if I wanted. Mm,
Gary
where's
Rich says
this?
I'm not saying these markets can't snap back 5% but it's not over. Too many factors that keep me fading these rallies. Ace Trades says morning.
Morning.
Winston's mom says I am not a fan of Mnuchin while I rather enjoy Larry Kudlow but Mnuchin has risen to the occasion, I believe and is really trying hard to work with everyone and calm fears. Surprised me. Winston's mom says asterisk occasion. Gary Rich says they perp-walked every person on financial TV, when Ron Insana is on it's time to go the other way.
Okay, that was some interesting long. That
Jonathan
looks
Fain
like
says
a
the Fed
short
better save some
opportunity.
money to be printed for soup line programs. Winston's mom says good morning, Ace Trades how was your weekend? Is everyone calm and behaving themselves? Did you have fun?
Kind of had a rare situation where by the time it would have given us a short signal, we were way too far away from it. So it never dinged. Looks like a short to me, though. And the 10-minute bars have finally gone red.
Ace Trade says at Winston's mom good weekend, it was calm and fun, except for aftershocks.
Yeah, there was another aftershock last night, and my wife didn't even notice, but I was like, get under the table. That's a big one. I wouldn't be surprised if we get another one while we're sitting here. All of a sudden it starts shaking. No, we're fine. I think we're okay.
Ace Trade says even found potatoes in the store.
Oh, really? Yeah. They didn't. Are you having trouble finding potatoes?
Winston's mom says speculator Seth I watched a young gay couple who is raising their alpaca in their apartment
Oh,
in Japan.
that's so funny.
They and their alpaca are adorable and you could raise alpacas in your house until you get a farm.
I wish, but the problem is the way that the city classifies an alpaca as a medium small farm animal and is therefore not allowed within unless you're in certain zones, which is nowhere that you can buy a house. So no alpacas for me. Okay, so there was a little bit of volume down there at 2320. And the longs are trying to catch them now. Another one at 24. Treasury is still coming down, which is very, very interesting to me. They're kind of maybe basing here, but
Gary Rich says at mom Seth doesn't need more animals, he already has awesome petting zoo. How's the
yeah.
rabbit Seth? I'm concerned from afar.
Oh, the rabbit is doing just fine. Rabbit is easily pleased, my friend. My guy. Okay, I am seeing some absorption on the bid here. And really good stacking too. Should I chase it?
Ace Trade says Gary's concern is all culinary.
Damn. Okay, so next time I see that that stack pusher, I should be more careful, huh? Ooh, look at that big old fatty at 07 half it just showed up. It was he. I don't know. Okay. Well, whatever. See if we can work something out through this. The E-mini is just getting creamed here, man. I think they want to go right back down to that -5.
Gary Rich says I was sad this weekend. Limited shelves, no people contact, add insult to injury the strip clubs were closed.
Man, It is certainly getting. I can tell some people are just not used to being at home. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, the treasuries are being awfully tricky because when it starts running, it really goes and you have to chase it. But then as soon as you decide to chase it, they stop. So like there may yet be a really good solid move up, but oh, look at the ES. Hmm. No, another new low. Oh well, look at that. That 1,009.5. Is that the signal we wanted? God damn. They come back down there because there was 1,000 lot down here, right? E-mini is just about to hit the low of the hour. Need to keep this up here like that. Corporations that defer interest or principal payments in new program will not be allowed to do share backs or pay dividends. So long as you pay interest on time, you can continue buying back your shares. Okay, that is kind of. Tell you what, the Democrats care way too much about the share buyback thing. Okay. So it's like that. They went bid at 10 in ZN. Only 26 contracts. And before it was doing all sorts of all other things, you know? So it's like, what do you take to get them on your side? It's being controlled by one guy. When that happens, that's at least how I feel. This time it just happened to be in favorable. E-mini taking a note. New low of the hour. So now there was such a big move up when the Federal Reserve made that announcement that it's really hard to know, how far back they're going to retrace it.
Uzi Knesset says, what's that chart setup you got there for S?
The one in the lower right? Well, that is our new candlestick type. It's a candlestick that can expand for multiple time frames. I think I need to change it though. The wick thing is cool and I think it works on some charts, but on this chart, I think that I need to just draw a box around the high and low as well. Because once you get far enough over, you can't see the wick anymore, which is a problem. But pretty good, huh? No, it's not going to come back for us.
Uzi Knesset says, you get all the neat toys, huh? Lol.
I made the neat toys. I made it. I think here we should update it. But I'm too interested in what the E-mini is doing to do it. But you like it, yeah? So I'm thinking about putting it on the downloads. I just don't want this one seems particularly useful to me. I don't think that it's worth a ton. It was actually quite easy to make. But I don't want anybody to steal it. So I'm trying to think like how can I
Winston's mom says, Gary Rich, speculator Seth needs ferrets if he has rabbits.
population control?
BWAHAHA.
Oh,
Actually, mine really do love rabbit even if I don't feed live prey.
really? Huh. Oh, he's not coming back for us. Look at that. Well, to get what we want, 138.09. Oh yeah, it's totally doable. Okay, we're okay. We're okay. But how many of those did we screw up? Uh, oh, a lot. 1, 2. Oh, only 2. So we're cool. We're cool. We could take another trade in here somewhere, or another
Bot
contract in
says,
here
cool
somewhere.
candle graphic.
Yeah. Or it's just I don't know if you missed that little thing they were just saying, John, but the issue that I'm having with it now is that on with my one range chart at least, if you get far enough over to the right, then you can't see the candle. You can't see the wick anymore. So I'm thinking maybe I should just draw an outline over the high. I should add an option.
Bot says, just got here.
Oh, you just got here. Yeah. I think I'm going to need to add the option to draw the box around the high and the low as well. Looks like I've got no choice if I want to use it on this chart.
Gary Rich says, I don't get what that chart says. It looks like pulling down shades on a roller. Lol lol.
Gary, all it is a 10-minute candle overlaid behind my one range chart.
Winston's mom says you could tape lines on the screen where you want them.
Table lines. So what it tells me is that for the last 10 minutes, we are in a down candle, and the point at which that candle becomes an up candle. And what it helps me see what the internals of the 10-minute candle is, essentially. And you can see very clearly. I don't know if it's like this every 5 minutes or if it's on the 10 minutes, but on the 10 minutes, every time that they're coming close to the change, like when the candle is about to, when it's the end of the 10-minute candle, or they're coming close to canceling it out, there are people there looking to defend it, to buy it and keep it green. And then things kind of turned around and now you're getting the exact opposite. If we get back up to 23.12, probably there's going to be a bunch of people going short. And then we see if they win or not. I'm still a little unhappy with the 10-year here, even though this trade is working out. Oh, look at them push back down. This one is a little bit bigger of a bar.
Gary Rich says I'm dropping Jigsaw soon and going bookmap.
Oh, really? Well, I tell you what, there are some things that bookmap does really well. I have from those screenshots that you guys have been showing me, especially Igor, especially the ones that Igor have been showing, says to me that bookmap's Vista chart is just straight up better. I think it's because the Jigsaw one only tells you what the level 2 was at the close of the time period. And I think that what would be more useful
Andre
is
Santos says hello
Hey,
all.
Andre. I think what would be more interesting is if it showed you the maximum that it was during that time period, or like the number of changes. I think would probably be more useful. And you could probably have multiple colors. Like you could have a color and a brightness to show both attributes. Well, they're taking off without us.
Gary Rich says I really like Jigsaw but bookmap has equities, it's the main reason.
No, they're bringing equities into Jigsaw actually soon. So okay, so there's the open. Holy crapola. No. Are they just gonna Korean all the way back first? Nah, I just want out of that one. It's fine. What does that if we just look at the micro trades? Excellent. That's more than adequate. Yeah, so my understanding is that a significant version change in Jigsaw is coming. That the charts and support for equities are very close. So if the main reason is that you want equities, it might be worth holding off a little bit and seeing how you like it first. Of course, for you, it's probably not a significant investment or anything, so maybe it doesn't matter. But if it's a Vista chart, then maybe you want to go to Bookmap. Mm-hmm. So we did get a little bit more further downside, but I'm still happy that I took that trade where I did because I'm just too concerned about um it flipping back in our face a little bit. Usually on the open, you get that sort of behavior.
Gary Rich says I will always recommend and promote Jigsaw, it's good.
Mm. Yeah, it is. Well, yeah, this is the thing is, I think Jigsaw has two things going for it that keep me there, and one is that it really is the best DOM. It's just no contest. It's the best DOM. And number two is that I feel like that they have the best team, like in terms of having somebody that's innovative and understands trading. I really think that Peter Davies is a big benefit to Jigsaw, and that he's the main reason they've been successful. Um, but there are some other things, like they don't have the best charts right now. Now maybe the new charts come out and they'll be great. And then that will kind of eliminate that downside. But at the moment, I kind of feel like even though I really like Jigsaw,
Winston Smog
particularly
says
for
22
scalping.
watching speculator Seth who started streaming 71 minutes ago. Please hit like.
Thank you, Win. But it's not. I think that there's enough competition in the market. There's not any one product that is just like the best in all situations. If you rely primarily on charts, there's no reason for you to get Jigsaw. If you have no interest in using the DOM, there's just no reason to get it. I would encourage you to use the DOM, but if you really are certain that you don't want to use the DOM, then there's no point in getting Jigsaw, right? Okay. So I'm seeing here, why? Oh, I see. Okay, that was just the start of another minute. It did give me a long, but the 10-minute candle is at turning point. So this is a spot that we could take a tepid, well, actually, probably more around there. It's kind of coiling up on us. I'm not comfortable with that all of a sudden. Yeah, there's the longs coming in.
Gary Rich says it's time to upgrade stuff. New one
Yeah.
as CBOE Live Volume Platform. Oh my goodness, the abilities on that one.
Live vol platform. And what can you do on that? Despite aggressive action by the Fed, U.S. markets opened with a quick 1.7% drop. Well, yeah, because Congress is dysfunctional and we were down anyways. So the 1.6%. I tell you what, the media really tries hard to push their. This is the thing that bothers me about the media. You want to have a storyline, and I get that. You make more money if you have a storyline. But what bothers me is that instead of saying, okay, we need to find the storyline, and as the situation evolves, we should adjust to what the facts are and do the storyline. But instead, what they do is they pick a storyline and they actively try and make it happen. So the storyline now is, Federal Reserve did action and now stocks are down again. That's the storyline, folks. Like, forget about the fact that we bounced super crazy hard when that action came out. We haven't completely retraced that move. They could be finding support here and move back up for all we know. But the story with Congress is a bigger issue to the markets. So to say that the market's opening down 1.6% is an indication of a failure of the Federal Reserve's new policy is just ridiculous to me. Curse you, media. Curse you. Utah State Senator Liz Escamilla has tested positive for the novel coronavirus, her office announced Sunday night. Ugh. I think that there are a lot of people in Utah that have it, and we have no clue because they're not testing really. Okay, so
RJ Wheel says well said, Seth.
Thank you. There's still quite a bit of fight on this. So I don't know if short or long makes sense here. We got to 1,000, so that's cool. On our treasury trade. I really should have sized up somewhere, but I'm still waiting for it to come back a little bit. Oh, yes. By the way, did you hear it? There's a story on the Hill about it now, but Joe Biden is going to be broadcasting regular coronavirus briefings, shadow briefings. This will be interesting, right? My camera is like not right. There we go. That's a little better. Oh man, E-mini going. E-mini going. I'm too indecisive. Let's just do one contract and just kind of let it play with it a little bit. 30's
Justin
not
Carroll
bad.
says I've seen it estimated that NYC has 10x the number of confirmed infections due to lack of testing. Also, funeral directors in Italy think number of dead is 4 or 5 times higher than official numbers.
Oh, really?
Gary Rich says, well, where is that Biden burping gonna start? Let me grab my Depends, catheter, and Metamucil.
Well, the whole thing is that they're trying to say, hey, if Joe Biden was president, this is what the briefings would be like. And it would be, we would be handling the crisis so much better. And I'm sitting here thinking, Joe Biden is the king of gaffes. Like, you really want to put him in front of the cameras like that? Like, are you crazy? Are you crazy? But they want to do it. We'll see. We're kind of getting that thing again where they've built a little volume below us. And they need to get back below it. Okay, well, that'll do it right there. I
Gary
don't
Rich
know.
says bye-bye rally. Uzi Knesset says last time Joe did a web broadcast he wandered off the screen lol.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was just this last week. Can you believe Bernie Sanders hasn't suspended his campaign yet again? He was
Gary
doing
Rich says lol.
he did a campaign event where he was trying to organize people for coronavirus or something like that. And they're like, "Oh, this is
Uzi
important
Knesset
stuff."
says I've had puppies less lost than Joe Biden.
I just don't understand. Bernie Sanders still thinks that he's important. It's kind of weird. We'll see. Maybe he does. Maybe he does end up making something of it. I'm not liking this. Uh, uh. Watch now that I took that, they're gonna careen up. Or sorry, careen down. Oh, that's a lot of volume there at 34. That makes me uncomfortable.
Gary Rich says the Bernie bros will get mad soon. Uzi Knesset says people think the Fed or government will reverse this collapse. Is it fair to say that since econ data, earnings, and such are lagging that these rallies will be capped by sellers in anticipation of? Uzi Knesset says crap numbers due to the world being shut the fuck down?
Well, no. I believe that the market is trying to price that in. They're definitely trying to price that in, and people have pretty good estimates for what the second and third quarter GDPs are going to be. So the place where the uncertainty is going to come is, does this crisis end up lasting longer than we think it will?
Winston's mom says, in my many years, I have come to the conclusion that 1 useless man is a shame, 2 is a law firm, and 3 or more is a Congress. President John Adams.
There you go. Will it last longer than we expect?
R.J. Wheel says that's a good one.
Will it?
Gary Rich says my dream wish is Pelosi, Schumer, Biden, Bernie, Waters, get corona. I keep rubbing this genie bottle hard.
Well, no. So let me hold on a second to answer Uzi's question. The question is going to be, does it go on longer than we expect? Do more businesses go out of business than we expect, and therefore their recovery back take longer than expected? And what is the impact of taking on so much debt? That's where it's kind of.
Uzi Knesset says big oof.
I really don't think that we bottom out here like today, though, for sure. I mean, we could go sideways. Okay. This is a short, potentially. Yeah, okay.
Justin Carroll says also China Mobile had a loss of 8 million customers since January. Wuhan still locked down. Schools across China still closed except for 2 rural provinces.
That's
Uzi
actually not true.
Knesset says, is it just me or are we just watching market makers trade with themselves?
I think there is a bit of that going on, yeah. I mean, look, there's nobody putting liquidity up in the ES. Okay. Now I'm interested.
Uzi Knesset says like, these bids and offers blinking in and out with 10 tick spreads and shit ain't coming from people like us lol.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Winston's mom says old jokes from history. The Emperor Augustus was touring the empire when he noticed a man in the crowd who bore a striking resemblance to himself. Winston's mom says intrigued he asked, was your mother at one time in service at the palace? No, your highness, he replied, but my father was.
This one is turning into a doji. Man. That one did not go so well. Oh, I know what happened. Okay. Jeez.
Uzi Knesset says laughs in ancient Roman.
Now it's getting incredibly whippy. Oh, man. It's getting incredibly whippy. Oh, we gotta handle this. Okay. Average true range is actually increasing. This is wow. U.S. cases of coronavirus raises to 35,000 plus. Damn it. Puke. Flat. That did not work out. Okay. We're still positive, but we gotta stay away for now. It's flipped. In fact, we could just do this. Yeah.
Winston's mom says Uzi Knesset Exodus Acta Probat. The result justifies the deed. Ovid.
Hmm.
Gary Rich says our communist leader in Cali instructed us to shut it down except essential services. I saw 2 rats panhandling the other day. Lol.
You guys. Oh, Gary. They did shut everything down, though. And New York's getting crazy. I'm told that by Thursday they will have exhausted all of the hospital beds in New York. Oh, by the way, this has to be here. Mm-mm. Man, I'm not having much luck on this one. Luck is probably the wrong word, but fuck. This is great, but this is not. I need to change my keybind. I need the keybind here, man. Or is it flat? Oh, it won't let me do it. Heh. Heh.
Winston's mom says Gary Rich, it is the year of the rat, in the Chinese calendar. This is a water element. Doof. Avoid any references here to the water in the Titanic.
Okay, well, that one's better. Okay. So I don't understand those ones, how I ended up taking such a huge loss. Was I completely loaded up on all of those? 'Cause some of those were like 300. Well, whatever. Pretty good upswing. So definitely, if I get there, I should take out some off. As a leader, Schumer continues to hold up the desperately needed relief package. The last minute list of demands from Pelosi and Schumer's ideological wish list are coming into focus. Below are some of the new non coronavirus related demands that popped up after Speaker Pelosi flew back from San Francisco yesterday after taking a week off. 1. Unprecedented collective bargaining powers for unions. 2. Increased fuel emission standards for airlines. And 3. Expansion of wind and solar tax credits. Not only are these completely unrelated to the coronavirus epidemic, they could prevent companies from participating in the loan programs altogether, directly causing unnecessary layoffs. Remember what Whip Clyburn said: this is a tremendous opportunity to restructure things to fit our vision. Majority Whip James Clyburn, Democrat, told lawmakers, according to a source on the call. Democrats are really trying to Republicans are really trying to hit Democrats on this. It looks to me like there should be a little bit more, but we're a little bit capped here for the moment. Really good. Oh, did we got out? Oh, sweet. Sweet. We got our trade in the treasury. I'm so happy about that. I mean, I'm unhappy about the initial, the first one not working out. But as long, it looks like they want to go for it. All right, cool. Too late. Once again. Okay. So that to me looks like there's a real wall up here, but I think that this is a one where you just wait a little bit and they come and push back through it, just like so. Um, see like that. You're just spending way too much time up there. Some profit taking. If they come back up above 2280, that could be so bullish. They are really winding up here, though. All right. Well, I think. Oh, wow. What? Really? That move up kind of caught me off guard. No, it's a little too slow. Something's happening in the treasuries. Okay. So where does that put us? Cool. 223. That can't be right. Oh no, yeah, I know it was because we were up 500 and blah, blah, blah. Then we add that in. It's 958. Okay. Might try along somewhere in here. No, there's all the way too much downside momentum in the treasury. How you guys doing? Oh, I unchecked you guys.
Winston's mom says old jokes from history. The Emperor Augustus was touring the empire when he noticed a man in the crowd who bore a striking resemblance to himself. Uzi Knesset says laughs in ancient Roman. Winston's mom says intrigued he asked, was your mother at one time in service at the palace? No, your highness, he replied, but my father was. Winston's mom says Uzi Knesset exodus acta probat, the result justifies the deed. Ovid. Gary Rich says our communist leader in Cali instructed us to shut it down except essential services. I saw 2 rats panhandling the other day. Lol.
Oh yes, we already heard that one.
Winston's mom says Gary Rich, it is the year of the rat, in the Chinese calendar. This is a water element, oof, avoid any references here to the water and the Titanic. Bots says COVID 19 case tally, 350,536 cases, 15,328 deaths. Gary Rich says let's get to 1 mil cases worldwide, 2% deaths and see if it trends down. Oh, China said everything okays you want fortune cookie with dat order. Lol.
So here's my current take on the number of coronavirus cases. Doesn't matter. What we should care about is the number of hospitalizations. Because we know that the number of actual infections is much higher than the number of reported cases. We know that the number of deaths is a small number of that, and I'm not so sure. Like, the problem is that the deaths is not what somebody has the coronavirus and they die. Then I guess in a way it's a good thing because that's another spot. But I think that the thing that is that is the problem and that is burdening the healthcare system is the hospitalization. So I believe that the number of hospitalizations should be the thing that we're most focused on. Right now in New York, well, not only number of hospitalizations, but number of hospitalizations compared to the number of uh, uh, hospital beds available. New York is about to pass that point, and that's a real concern. So I believe that's what we should really be worried about right now. Funny watching Congress pretending like they're giving us money. They're actually just giving our confiscated money back, says Cat Turd. Well, you're wrong, Cat Turd, because really what they're doing is they're borrowing against our money from the future and giving that to us. Man, that E-mini turned hard. Not quite sure what to make of that. I could maybe try. Oh, yeah. This 54 area actually is a pretty good spot now. I'm thought of it too late. Okay, maybe. Oh, you can do it. Come on.
Winston's mom says in Carl Jung's description,
Come on.
Nia's intuition, using your sixth sense versus your say five senses. Using your Ni, where do you all predict we will be in 1 month? Ni is pattern recognition and its meaning.
Isn't ni like 6 in Chinese? They like the number 6 and they hate the number 4. Hmm. Okay. Whew. Interesting. Hmm.
Winston's mom says I didn't know that. Wow. Cool. Speculator Seth, when you talk here daily, I often see you display pattern recognition. Not everyone does this instinctively. Looks to the past to see tomorrow. Not woohoo.
Yeah.
Gary Rich says in 30 days my dog will have eaten me. Cough cough, in my head I have it. Cash for Corona.
Well, the issue is I'm really, my brain is wired to see the pattern recognition more than people, but you'll see patterns that aren't there. And so I get caught into certain cognitive biases that can really cause a problem. Like, for instance, the recency bias. Like, I've seen a certain pattern happen a certain number of times, so I'm almost certain that it's going to happen again, and then that time it doesn't. Might be worth a long hair if I can get it. Yeah. They're playing games with it. So if they, I'm gonna puke this really fast if they don't.
Winston's mom says sure, the Dunning-Kruger effect makes people think they're smarter than they really are. Heuristic bias, confirmation bias, our brains want to find patterns that agree with our psyche.
There we go. That's what I want to see. Well, be careful with using the word smart because I don't think that I have a higher IQ than anybody else. I'm pretty sure that I'm close to average IQ. Um, Not that I've taken an IQ test or anything, but well, I have when I was a kid. And I think that I showed up like slightly above average. So I don't like sitting there saying that I have an IQ, and I don't like telling people that you have to have a high IQ to be good at trading because it's definitely not true. In fact, um, just being average can be a real benefit because it's personality attributes more than anything, right? It's the humility and flexibility, willingness to admit that you're wrong about things, and flip around and uh, stay highly organized, follow through on a detailed trading plan. Those are the things that are really going to make a big difference for you. Some of those people that are really like,
Winston's mom says
you
in our
know,
MBTI cognitive function stacks, everyone has value and we understand that everyone has a different cognitive function stack so everyone does something well. The idea is to know your stack.
yeah,
RJ Wheels says it's more about humility and discipline.
exactly. So those kind of, I forget which the attribute is in the MBTI, but people that don't like planning things out and kind of like more feeling their way through things have a very, very difficult time in futures. Very difficult time. Oh man, I'm like, okay. Whew. Woo. I did not like seeing that 2000 there at 05, but it gave it to us and I got to I reached my goal. I reached my goal. Now we have to pay for all the commissions. How many did we take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh gosh dang it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we should try and make another $50. Anyways, Chinese investors see coming boom, expect interest rate cuts, infrastructure spending, and lighter financial regulation. Hmm. French Prime Minister Macron to extend confinement beyond March within days,
Gary
says
Rich says, oh, I
Parisian.
have no doubt. I am retarded. I used to suffer from retardation. I am on the spectrum of less or slightly.
Yeah. I mean, it's just this thing. I've seen it so many times in the world of finance. Is finance really prizes people with high IQ, and high IQ is not everything. You got to remember that IQ is really a measure of a person's ability to be flexible and um,
Winston's mom says it's
you know,
easy to give people
figure out
room when
new
you understand
things.
that people really do not think or feel in the same way at the same time. Sensors or intuitives, cats or dogs, Mars and Venus.
Yeah, so it's the sensors, right? So like uh, you get these people in quant, for instance, that have a very high IQ, and again, that's like your ability to like figure out something new. So these are always prized because these are the guys coming up with new formulas and discovering new ways of, they're definitely important. But what happens so often is that such a person becomes so confident, and that you know eh, eh, we as humans are not very good at risk management regardless of how smart you are. We just aren't. It's just none of us are. And so you get this person that's really confident in their ability to manage those sorts of things. Those are the guys that will just lose it all and blow out. And when they're in the financial companies, that's where the whole company can go down because the quants were so sure that, they should follow through on the plan because of what the stats say. And then they don't realize that this is like that 1 in 1,000 cases that you completely blow out. So I'm always really careful about when people
RJ
say,
Wheels says fear from our caveman days is baked into us.
and not only that, but the other thing is that um, something that's going to be a real benefit to you in trading is understanding yourself. So understanding where I am in terms of intelligence compared to everybody else, I think is a thing that we have to keep in mind. But I know that I'm not a super high above average intelligence.
Winston's mom says Gary Rich, if you are an intuitive in the MBTI world then you are swimming upstream. Intuitives have different brain hardwiring. Have you taken the Yale VARK Learning Styles test?
There are certain problems that I can figure out really well, and there are certain problems that I can't. So, like a really good example was our stream on Saturday.
Bots says S finally positive on the RTH Open 2279.50.
Yeah, I stopped shorting it. It is green. It actually did. It actually did give us a long too. I didn't take it. I should probably add the filter that for the past 10 minutes were positive, but it does kind of. I'll tell you what, we've seen more green today than we have in a long time, haven't we? I'm not like entirely convinced that this is
Gary
like
Rich says I can manage my risk trading. I just give it back in love. Lol, that's why I own a border collie chick magnet.
there you go. I have a hard time seeing this being like a gangbusters update, but maybe a little bit of consolidation. Hey, we're seeing it. The true range is coming back a little bit, so that's good. What was I gonna say? Have you taken the Yale VARK Learning Styles test? No, I haven't. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. So on Friday, it was Friday afternoon, I did a stream that said YouTube has shadow banned us from search, and I broke the bot. And I was trying to fix the bot, and the problem that I had was that it was a concurrency issue. That there's this whole thing about which piece of code is going to get executed first, and how you need to pass information to get it executed where you want it to get executed. Problems with different threats, non-sequential programming, and to do some of those problems, sometimes you have to map it out in your head that there's this thing over here and there's this thing over here and this is going to go here, and I am not good at that. I don't have a very very good short-term memory. So a problem like that, I keep having a hard time wrapping my head around it. And then I say, okay, I think I know what the problem is. But then I start to go into how am I going to fix it? And then I forget the solution. And then it's hard for me to even begin going into how it should actually be structured. You know what I mean? So that's a problem that I'm not very good at. And I think you're going to trade that. Those are the sorts of things that you should be thinking about. It's like, what kind of problems do I have a hard time solving? Those are the places where you're going to have trouble in the risk world. So, you need to do things with it. By the way, we still have requests, right? Yeah, we're totally good.
Winston's mom says Gary Rich, have you seen the movie You've Got Mail with Tom Hanks? When Barkley runs to Meg Ryan in the park and he appears on the bridge, sigh, I haven't watched a chick flick in ages, I should. Winston's mom says memory is C. Introverted sensing. You have T. Introverted thinking. I believe you are lead with T, then maybe nay or vice versa. You look like an NTP of some sort, tested INTJ.
Yeah, that's right.
Winston's mom says
right?
memory is C. Introverted sensing. You have T. Introverted thinking. I believe you are lead with T, then maybe nay or vice versa. You look like an NTP of some sort, tested INTJ.
It read it twice because I pushed the button, and then it also added it on the queue because of the thing. Donald Trump tweeting, "This is why we need borders," a minute ago. Oh wait, what does Mohammed El Rain say? Having absorbed the initial sell orders, U.S. stock markets are trying to find their footing. Disappointingly, in the earlier massive Fed policy intervention is yet to prove sufficient given rapidly worsening fundamentals, delayed congressional action, and the damage already incurred. RE below for sellers, outnumbering buyers with deep pockets in the first few minutes of U.S. trading. Major indices are currently down 1 to 2.5% in fast-moving markets. S&P and Dow at levels not seen since December 2016, with the Dow having its worst month since 1931. None of that, man. Some of these guys. Probably some for selling, but look, they bought it up. Everything's balanced right now. They're probably what they're talking about. They can only see so much because they're not tape readers, but
Gary Rich says our interpretations and perceptions of charts, etc. are just viewed like a Rorschach test.
oh, totally.
Winston's mom says Tia's all about accuracy and spreadsheets, charts. That's why I have had trouble with your screens. I am a knee-dom and need the big picture first. Tia's my sixth function, hence less comfortable.
Right. Well, this chart down in the lower right is trying to give us better context on that. What I think I should really do is I should just create the time frame thing that goes down at the bottom and just add a 10-minute thing to it. 8:19. I think we should do it. I think I want to do that. I've said that to myself so many times, and I'm like, nah, maybe not. I think we're gonna do it. All right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Doing it and doing it. Okay, which one should we do first? I think I want to do the chart style first. Mulberry head candles. Okay, so I am going to create a. Do I have a Boolean in here? No, I don't. Ninja script property, because we want it to be changeable. Public bool box high low. Get set. Then up here, I want to show the box style. If box high low, draw this rectangle here. Same down here. If box high low. Wrong. Okay, so for starters, that's wrong. So we need the stuff here too.
Bots says that test above the RTH open was very short-lived. Bots says in ES.
Yeah.
Bots says, are you trying to add a bar timer to that chart style we worked on yesterday?
What I'm gonna do is remember how I was talking about boxing the high and low. Well, for my chart, it definitely seems to be something that we need. So, so this should be Brush. F box high low. Then draw the rectangle. And this is brush. Okay, so should it actually be brush or should it be outline brush? Wait a second. Aha. I did not mean to overwrite that. I was like, something's missing. So I think that this should actually be the outbrush. And then down here, when we set things, we say box high low equals false off by default.
Winston's mom says, Gary Rich, did you know that the poet Robert Burns had a beloved border collie named Lewith? When Lewith died, he mourned and wrote a poem in honor of his dog. The TWA dogs. Winston's mom says 'twas in that place o' Scotland's Isle, that bears the name o' Auld King Coil, upon a bony day in June, when werin thro' the afternoon, TWA dogs, that were na thrang at hame.
Okay. Box high low. Sweet. Why is it white? Why is it white? Why is it white? That's funny. Okay.
Gary Rich says dogs are mom's best friend, dog spelled backwards. Winston's mom says I need to run for a bit and not run like a dog far from the maddening crowd. I will check back in a bit. Everyone please hit like. Thanks.
It's weird. It's very, very weird. Oops. I don't want to see the indicators. I want to see the data series.
Winston's mom says ferrets are mom's best friends and I was born in the year of the dog. In Chinese folklore, I finish second to the last because I am too playful in the water.
I guess that must be what the whole deal is with this transform brush thing.
So like, do after you draw it, it can be like changed or something. Okay, 10-minute. No. What if I change the outline width here? Huh. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. I know what's going on here. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Change that back to a 1. There we go. Okay. Very good. And then for me, because I'm not a fan of the wick, I'll just get rid of it. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. So this might be better than using the time frame indicator at the bottom. So let's just sit around with this for a little bit. We get a new bar here in 15 seconds, and we can see what they do. The E-mini looks really, really volatile to me still. And they're kind of doing a head and shoulders here. Okay, so there it is. No. This doesn't give me a wick. Excellent. I like it. You know what, John? When we were talking about this yesterday, I'm like, well, we could add this. And you talked me out of it. I wish I wish it would have done it anyways. Because I like it a lot, actually. I like that a lot. It won't tell me whether this candle is a hammer or anything like that. Largely because I can't compare it to the previous bars. But in terms of letting me know where the high, low, and so on and so forth of the current 10-minute bar is, that is awesome. They're trying to turn it back positive here again. They're having a hard time. It's cool. Now, let's see here. We still got some time. I mean, like, we could program here for a whole hour if we wanted to. I'm thinking we should do something with the robot, but we only have so much time. I can make it talk. I'm not very good at that. Oh, look at that. They're going to go positive? Maybe.
Bots says to your earlier comment about IQ, I don't know about your IQ, but I do know you are one stubborn dude.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I am like extremely low in agreeableness. Unusually, it took me like, I don't know how I didn't realize that until later in my life, but I am yeah. And that was so kind of one that I'm not sure what to do about it sometimes, because sometimes it's a real asset and sometimes it's a real detriment. Like if you're right, then it's a
Air
real
Cages
asset, right?
says, hey everyone.
Hey, Air Cages, there you are. I was like, nobody's come in and asked me about cryptocurrency stuff today. What's up? But you know what? It's because it's all Google's fault. It's all Google's fault. Blaming them. Hey, they're going up. Maybe we stay blue. It never actually really gave me a short either, so. Yeah, anyways, on the agreeableness thing. Like if you're in a trade and you're so certain that you're right, and you are right,
then that's good. You can let it ride and right. But if you're not, then you want to get out fast, right? So that's why sometimes I get those runners that are so amazing, but then overall I have so much trouble, right?
Air Cages says your stream used to always pop up, but now I have to keep reminding myself to tune in.
Yeah. Because Google has shadow banned us from search, or at least live streams from search. My other videos are all showing up now, but when I'm live streaming, it doesn't show up in search. So you got to make sure that you're subscribed and click the bell icon. If you click the bell icon, then when we go live, it will show up in your notifications, assuming that you have your notifications set up correctly. You can go in there and there's a thing to say notify me when they go live. So that's kind of how you're going to have to do it. Until Google unshadow bans us.
Air Cages says why.
Yeah. Because my understanding is that the algorithm has flagged
Bot
us.
says why would Google do that?
My understanding is that Google has flagged us, and normally a human would come by and look at it and say, "Oh yeah, no, that's not justified." But because all of their workers are now working or are working from home, they don't get through to them as quickly as possible, and so some people might just have their content completely removed unjustifiably. But we are in a particularly difficult situation because we have been flagged by something that it doesn't tell you. So it doesn't want us to show up in search for live streams, but it never gives you a notification or anything like that, right? So you're basically just screwed. Isn't that dumb? But it kind of now that you know that it happens, because man, I mean, I heard about it and everything, and it's been making me mad for a while that YouTube can do that to people and everybody just kind of ignores it. But now it's happened to me, and I'm really sitting there like, okay, like you realize the power that we are allowing Google to have, that they can literally come in and throttle you, prevent you from being recommended to people, and they don't even tell you, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing you can do about it. That's pretty messed up. But you know what? It's not gonna stop us. We got, you guys can all just subscribe. But you got to remind me to say it. You got to subscribe and click the bell icon, or it won't recommend you the stream. You'll have a hard time finding it. And that's where I go back to like, well, okay, so we could stream somewhere else. We could stream on Twitch or Facebook. Hey, actually, you know what? Facebook's not a bad idea. I bet you we would get way more viewers if we did it on Facebook. Although probably a lot of them would be clueless. So, I don't know. What is that line? What is the price marker showing me the low? Oh, that's just showing where my cursor is. I'm so dumb. Oh man.
Air Cages says quality over quantity.
Yeah, I agree. When we start getting too many clueless people in here, it kind of ruins the whole point of being here, you know? I mean, yeah, sometimes we can go into things and we can just be having fun, and sometimes I get carried away and not focused when I should be. But it's much a big problem when chat is just a bunch of uh, plebs, you know? Because we're like the serious futures traders. Like we understand trading much more intimately than any other section of the market, because other market sections of the market, their edge is not really in trading. They're Like in the equity guys, a lot of that has to do with picking the right stocks and stuff. Or the options guys, it's all about, doing all the calculations on your risk and skewing the risk reward in your favor. Only in futures
Bot
is where
says
it's just
coolest
pure
people. I
trading.
resemble that remark.
No, well, none of us are right now. But I'm saying it would be a problem if we came into chat and most of it was like Wall Street bets type people, right? I'm sure that I would have a lot of fun, but I think that one of the biggest selling points of this stream is you guys. That our chat is just so smart. So, and you guys have all helped me a lot. So, hello, I think we should keep it that way. And YouTube was doing a good job of only sending us the people that were really interested in futures. I'm not so sure that Facebook would do the same thing. Maybe it would be worth doing an experiment. Maybe we could restream to Facebook. Oh, that's right. We never did it to Facebook because Facebook restream will not allow you to stream to a page without paying for the restream account. That's why we never did that. Maybe OBS someday will build in a restreaming capability. That'd be awesome. Donald Trump Jr. We're talking about the things that the Democrats are asking for. If this is truly happening under these circumstances and Democrats are abusing this existential crisis to push for this BS, they should be ashamed of themselves. They should be ashamed of themselves, Donald Trump Jr. That's the best. That's the strongest thing you can come up with.
Air Cages says find out Seth's top 10 hot stock picks to make you a millionaire in 2020. No risk.
Right? Hey, listen, let's look at some stocks. That would be a great thing to do right now. Let's go to Trading View. This is the way that I see other guys do it, right? There are streams out there. There are streams out there where they're literally looking at a Trading View chart like that. Okay, so got the E-mini on the bottom. I think we should look at daily charts. Who do we want to look at? So always a couple of them. CTRX, Citrix Systems, Citrix, CTXS. Hey. Well, that's interesting. So Citrix did come down. Oh, that would have been such an amazing buy, guys. Why did we not buy it? Hey, but they're coming back down. I think that Citrix could go
Bot says
maybe
CCL.
Hey, you want to see CCL? What's CCL? Carnival. Oh, yeah. No, ugly. Ew. 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 Oh, my gosh. Yeah, they weren't doing so hot even before. Even before all of that, they weren't doing so hot.
Bot says coronavirus cruise lines.
Coronavirus cruise lines. No. Well, we're looking for what are some stocks that would be good ones to pick up during this. Well, Citrix was one that was like, hey, if everybody's going to be working from home, who's Zoom? Who are the Zoom guys? Are they just a Zoom? Is it just Zoom Technologies? Hey, whoa. Wow, they went from 16 to 60? Wow. Wowee. Hey, that one's maybe a good buy. I mean, I don't like seeing something parabolic and everything, but especially if they were to come back down to like 10, I would be all over that. All over that. Let's check our friends at Goldman. How are they doing? Yeah, they're about in line. They're still down towards here. That's so ugly. Man, they're almost going to come back down to where I bought at. Ugh. That sucks. JP Morgan, just as bad? JP Morgan. Yeah, actually worse. Interesting. Very interesting.
Live action says Seth, that's a nice view if S on top of ZN 3 meters with previous day high and low lines. Bots
Roku.
says Roku.
Okay, yeah, Roku's a good one. Very good. Good call, John. Oh, Roku got slammed? Wait, is Netflix the same? Netflix? Okay, so Netflix didn't get hit as hard as Roku. So why is Roku doing so much more poorly? Got to do some research. Roku.
Bots says SDGR.
Hold on. News. 3 reasons Roku will continue growing revenue per user from Motley Fool.
Live action says see inverse and know where you're at, and volume nodes will be seen confirmed with balance.
Roku doesn't make any money selling its streaming sticks and set-top boxes. All of its profits come from the platform business, which earns money from advertising and sales commissions on the premium subscription video services. Last year, the average Roku account generated $23 in revenue for the company. That was up 29%. But there's still a lot more room for Roku to grow, and there are 3 reasons that number will keep climbing in 2020 and beyond. They're opening the door to new advertising opportunities. They're shifting the engagement to the Roku channel. And they have increased negotiating power. 10 stocks we like better than Roku. Okay, cool. Okay, now let's look at the one. Okay, so Roku might be an okay one. Roku might be an okay one. We should put these. Let's put. Where's my list? I have a list. Have a list. Here we go. Roku. Okay, what is SDGR? Schrodinger Incorporated. Well, they're about where they were. It looks to me like they haven't been around for very long. Schrodinger is a life sciences and material science company founded in 1990 that develops software for computational chemistry. You really think that one could bump, John? I would think you should already be seeing this one be gangbusters, and it's not. I'll write that one down. SDGR. Now I want to know another one.
Live action says ISNT, he the scientist who lost his cat?
Yeah, that's... I mean, he's the guy that came up with the cat experiment, right? Okay, what about Disney? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Okay. All right, thank you. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. I think Disney might be one that I want. Because I think their streaming service is only going to get better. Next fall you're going to get more Mandalorian stuff, and then going to be the hot stuff, the Hotel Sierra again. All right, and there's going to be more streaming. It makes sense that they've come down. One of the things that I think really justifies them coming down, other than that they were just moving up so much before that, but their CEO stepped down, and I wasn't a huge fan of him. So depending on who the new CEO is, I think I want Disney on my watch list. I think I want them. Now I have some other ones on here. I don't. Miracle Realty Trust. Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, they are trading like really big moves around here. Now they were storing cold stuff. That's interesting. That your Gary gave us that one. You still like cold, Gary? TXMD. Therapeutics MD. Okay. They are also down. They should be going up. I don't know if I like that company. When I see something like that's not.
Bot
Was that
says
when they
docu.
went docu? Oh, okay, that's a stock. When I see something like this where like they opened up and they were like gangbusters and then it came back down, says to me that the big reason that Wall Street liked it in the beginning is gone now. So I don't know if that's a long-term investment play. DocuSign. Oh yeah, okay. Hey, DocuSign is up a little bit actually. So I really like to see something that is like that is down because of the rest of the market, but it has good reasons for it to be going up and would be a good buy on the flip side, you know? So like last time around, it was Ford. Ford was the one that you wanted. Who would call me at this time? You know what? Let's check. Oh, it's my wife. She probably needs something. Hold on. Yes, dear. Okay, I will check. She gone. I don't know if you could hear any of that. Yeah, so while I was gone, did you hear anything? Yes, no? Oh, look. We ran out of messages. We ran out of messages, guys. Oh. Anyways, guy for fertilizer was on the door. So my wife called me to notify me that somebody was at the door. You think I can open up this package? Come on. There we go. Is it what I think it is? It is. It's my USB switch. Oh, this would be so nice, guys. Because now I don't need this awful other keyboard and mouse here. I still have to switch the monitors, but that's not, I like it. Okay, so it comes with. It does not come with it, does it? Wait a second. Are you kidding me? Maybe it gets powered from the thing. Heard the toilet flush, but nothing else. Yeah, I didn't use the toilet, so that means you didn't hear anything. Did the Fed cut rates this AM and running late? They didn't cut rates, but they did give us a huge slew of additional market actions that they're going to be doing, including lending to small businesses. So now they're basically opening the discount window to small businesses. That's a pretty big deal. Okay. USB 3, that's excellent. Two computers sharing 4 USB devices. Oh, really? So these go to the computers. I don't know what the DC is for. Is the DC necessary? No driver needed. Plug and play. Give me 2 USB cables, so that helps. But No external power supply required for low power consumption devices equipped with a micro USB 5V jack. You can connect the micro USB power cable to ensure better performance of the high power consumption devices. Okay. And now we can read it in German. Ein USB 3.0. How would you say that? What is 3 in German? 3. Counting in German. Man, gosh. 3 point not. Wait, where did it go? What? Weichalter. And then there's a 1 Bentuser Händelbusch. Was that too bad? Is the 60-minute breaking out over the last week's high? Cool. I need to get better profile charts, but the thing is that they're like right where they were before. There was a lot of how do we say consolidation around that area, and now we fell, which was kind of a surprise and was maybe a margin call or something like that, and now we've just moved right back up there. Bots, what Z contracts are you trading? I'm on K. June. Yeah, you want to be trading June right now. We offer a 1-year warranty for Able We. Cool. This one does not switch the monitors over. That would be really cool, but I don't think that I need that part. I'll just switch those by hand. But the thing is I want to be able to control the 2 computers. Like I have these 2 monitors, my work stuff, and this monitor, I have the markets open still, so I can just keep an eye on things. Well, let's do it. Oh, and I could even switch the audio if I really wanted to. Although I don't know that when I change things with that Focusrite, it can cause Windows to crash. I was playing with Bitwig. I went back to my old dot. I had so much fun. Had so much fun with it over the weekend. Made a song. Good stuff. 8:56. Well, I think I'm going to put this together, but I don't know if I want to bore you guys with that. Any other stocks we should look at? Let's just put all this on here. Roku, SDGR, and Docu is one that you wanted on here. And what was before that? CCL. Yeah. I have no interest in the cruise lines. Maybe the airlines. Maybe I'd get into SkyWest. It's my wife's company. I don't know. Because it can buy it at a good price, then maybe that would be a worthwhile one. Should be M. Yeah, my platform doesn't tell me which contract it is, and I don't think that my other connection is up yet. Nope. No updates. No updates. Cool. Kick Acoustic Springtime Art Panel Sale. Hey. Acoustic art. That'd be cool. Yeah, no, didn't get it. So yeah. So microphone's totally cool, huh? You wouldn't change anything about it. I'm surprised. I thought that it was gonna be too soft or something like that. I guess I'll just have to watch the video afterwards and see for myself, because you guys are just too easy to please, I think. You're all great though. Okay, well, so just a reminder, if you are not subscribed, and hit that bell icon, because we are shadow banned for the time being. Hopefully Google fixes this, but until then, if you do not click that bell icon, it might be difficult to find the channel. So just make sure you have that. It'll give you a notification when we go live every morning, so that you can just click that link and find us real easy instead of having to go to the page and all that other stuff. I know that you would do that. I mean, you guys that are here, you probably did do that. You can also bookmark the permanent live stream URL down in the video description. So, E-mini coming back down a little bit. A little bit. It's looking pretty ugly, actually. We'll see where we end up today. Today's close is going to be very important going forward, I think. No? They do appear to have maybe found some support, but the problem is with, unless Congress gets their act together, I think that the market's going to want to go lower. And not only that, but Goldman Sachs still thinks that 2000, right? They cut their forecast from 2450 to 2000. So I think that there's a bit more downside to go. I guess you could take a swing trade. You could have taken it short back when we were like way up at 2270. About the time that I stopped paying attention, I guess. So could you take it here again? That one's the hard. This is the hard trade. It says the pullback, will it go further or not? ZS is a stock symbol. Oh, that was a stock you wanted to show me. Okay, hold on. Trading view. ZS. Z-scaler, huh? Z-scaler. Oh, that one's not too bad. They were already down. So what do they... Z-scaler, what do they do? Zscaler is a global cloud-based information security company that provides internet security, web security, firewall, sandboxing, SSL inspection, antivirus, vulnerability management, and granular control of user activity in cloud computing, mobile, and Internet of Things environments. Okay, well, I'm going to have to look at that one because that is my space, so I can go in and see if their platform is any good or not. Cool. Well, I think that's all the time that we have for today because it's 9 o'clock. But we should talk about some more stocks tomorrow. I want to get a list together of like 10 stocks. I'm going to need to start picking some industries. So, yeah, we will do that. And hopefully the government gives us like $2,000 to do it with. I can only hope. All right. Thank you, guys. I will see you tomorrow. And in the meantime, stay profitable, friends.